Welcome everybody to ESC Fan TV. Welcome. It's a Friday night or it's a Saturday morning if you're in Australia down under. Thank you for joining us tonight. We're going to start focusing on Eurovision 2021 all the way from Rotterdam. That's right, it's the 65th edition of Eurovision Song Contest. Comes to you live from Rotterdam in May 22nd. We've got two semi-finals coming up on the 18th and 20th, and these next few shows we're going to run for you, our viewers, is all about the songs. And we're going to give you our opinions on which songs we think stand a chance of not only qualifying, but also potentially taking home gold and telling us where we might be off to next year, hopefully out of lockdown, so we can all go, yes, yes, excited already. So who's our panel tonight? Our panel is absolutely international. And we are going to say a huge, huge welcome all the way from sunny Sydney. Probably isn't. It's probably too early. Good morning, Michael.
Good morning, Stuart. How are you? And good morning, all. Welcome. Welcome to a lovely Saturday rainy morning here in Sydney. I'm ready to get ourselves all excited.
Good to have you on the show, Michael. We're going to say hello to Jeanette from Sweden.
Hi. Only me from Sweden today.
I know.
Where's Gustav?
We get the best Swede tonight, don't we? Don't tell him I said that. All the way from Cyprus, we say hello to Marios.
Hello, guys. Excuse the face mask. There's a reason. I haven't had plastic surgery, so there you go.
Yet. There's always time. And also from
Cyprus. 50.
We think he's Cyprus tonight. He might tell us different. It's Oban.
Good evening, Europe. Good morning, Australia. I am so ready to kick this. What's it called? Serious. Let's get this started. Yes.
Good to see you. And of course, we've got to have some Brits on the show. Doing it for the Brits, other than myself and my co-host Tom, is of course Tristan. Although he's probably doing a bit of it for Spain.
I am, yeah. Bit of Spain, bit of UK, but. Today I'm Europe.
You're Europe, wonderful.
Yeah.
And tonight, of course, we are talking about Belgium. So we have to ensure that we have our Belgium specialities on the show. It's right, it's Eurovision is back, everybody. Welcome to the show.
Hello, everyone. I've missed you.
Yes, not as much as we've missed you, darling. Good to see you. And of course, it's our resident Belgium, who's pretty much on every show these days. It's Alina. Good to see you.
Hello. Let me just say Belgium 12 points.
We'll find out shortly. And hitting the chat room tonight, as well, almost always, is my co-host Tom. Tom, good to see you this evening.
Great to see you, Stu. Do you know what? I think we've got a stunning set of songs here. I reckon this is going to be good fun. And it's nice to see everyone in the chat room already chatting along. Please do keep your comments coming throughout the show. Looking forward to actually conversing with you and seeing what you've got to say about some of these songs that we're looking at.
That's right. So, bit on the agenda tonight. 4 songs: Belgium, Malta, Moldova, and Azerbaijan, but not necessarily in that order. And we're going to launch the ESC Fan TV Awards. That's right, back 2 years later, we're going to restart those awards. And tonight we're going to give you our first 2 categories, and I think you're going to enjoy them. But we're going to start off this evening with our first song. They're back. Hooverphonic is back with The Wrong Place. So let's have a look. So this is a couple of images from the Wrong Place video that you can find on YouTube. I'm sure everyone that's in the chat room has already seen and heard the song already. Of course, Belgium, one of the founding countries in Eurovision. They've been around since 1956 when it all began. They've won in 1986. Hooverphonic was supposed to represent Belgium last year. In the Eurovision, it never was, with the song released. It's been an interesting year for Hooverphonic. They've ditched their vocalist, Luca. They've replaced her with Charlotte Foray. They refused to sing Love Shine a Light, but they're back with a fantastic song. And we are going to start off with I think we're going to go to Una first. Una, how does this compare to Release Me with Hooverphonic? And what is the intel from Belgium? What are people saying about this band?
Well, first of all, this band has been around for quite some time. I think it started in the 90s. I don't know exactly what year. But they have a lot of experience. And it was actually quite a surprise when they were chosen as our representatives last year because nobody expected them to represent Belgium. The song, The Wrong Place, is actually so much better than the song Release Me from last year. I was kind of nervous when the song was going to be released a couple of weeks ago. But when I heard this song for the first time, I was like, yes, this is good. The beginning was already on point. The video clip is really nicely done. The song is just overall really good and typical Hooverphonic style. Also, I would like to say that, yes, they ditched their last vocalist, Luca, but in my eyes, the new vocalist is actually one that was singing for Hooverphonic before. I think she has better vocals than Luca, and she fits Hooverphonic more than Luca's voice, in my opinion. But that's just my opinion. So I just really love the song. Bam, Belgium to qualify.
Thank you, Yuna. I'm going to go to sunny Sydney. Michael, bring you in on this one. This is a very radio-friendly song, isn't it? And
look, I'm back in 1997 here. Okay, this to me is a very mature song by a mature band, but to me it's a filler. I really just it passes me by when I listen to it. So is it a great song? Yes. Is it a Hooverphonic song? Absolutely. Is it a song which I think is going to stand out in this show? I'm afraid not. I think this is going to. It'll probably qualify, but it'll struggle to make it anywhere on the left-hand side of the board. I think it's a great song, but I don't actually care for it for Eurovision.
Thank you, Michael. Let's bring in Tristan. Tristan, how do you compare this with their entry last year? Because their entry last year really created quite a fuss with the fans, because some people were saying this is a really good ballad that they produced, and others were saying they had no chance of qualifying. I think when I talked to some of the Belgian people, they were really quite comfortable that song didn't find its way to Eurovision. What was your take on that? How do you compare these two songs?
I loved last year's song. It was in my top 10, definitely last year. I'm afraid this isn't top 10 this year. It's nowhere near. I just loved last year because I'm a huge Portishead fan, and last year's song, especially Luca's voice, it just reminded me so much of Portishead. I've seen Portishead live 3-4 times maybe, so it's just my kind of song. Obviously, this song is much more similar to the stuff that Hooverphonic are known for. So the Hooverphonic fans are going to prefer this year's song, clearly. But just as a song, I just preferred Release Me. I mean, it's okay. I think the video is fantastic. I think her voice is really good. I can't see them moving around much on stage, so I just don't know whether there's going to be sort of much action and excitement on stage. I think it's going to struggle to qualify, unfortunately. It might get in 10th, but that might depend on whether North Macedonia end up pulling out, because there's rumours that North Macedonia might pull out. That might then make it a smaller field. I hope that they don't pull out, obviously, but there are rumours of that. But at the moment, I would say it would just about, if he got in, it would get in at 10th place.
Thank you, Tristan.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm going to come to Elena. Elena, you got to interview these guys, not just this year, but also last year.
Yes.
What are you expecting from Hooverphonic this year? Because I must admit, when I think of this song, I get hugely excited. I think it's very radio friendly. I think her voice matches the type of style of song perfectly. I'm glad she had a hand in writing it. From your perspective, are you proud of this as a Belgian, and what are you expecting in Rotterdam?
Oh, I'm so proud of this song. Like, I like it so much better than I did last year, to be honest. But what am I expecting? God, I really don't know. Like, they're gonna do something big. I just know that they're gonna use like all of the money we had in Belgium to support our media thingies. They're just gonna throw it out on Eurovision and do something like huge. I just know it. I can feel it in my bones or in my water, or how we say it.
Yeah, thank you, Alina. I
Can I add something?
Yes, of course.
I just think with the staging, Hooverphonic knows what they're doing, and I think the staging will be better than previous years. That's just what I wanted to say.
I think you've had a raw deal in previous years, though. I think some of the staging's been pretty decent. I think you've been caught in between, kind of interval acts and all kind of stuff, breaks and whatnot. And I think it's had a huge effect. Let's go and talk to Oben, so I get my words out. Oben, what? Come in. You're on mute at the moment. What do you think? What are you thinking about Belgium's entry this year? Does it work for you?
First of all, I would like to apologize in advance if my connection is not good tonight. I feel like that's going to be the case. But as long as it carries me on, I am going to root to the hell and back for Belgium this year. I think the wrong place is in the right time. I mean, this is much better song, and the storytelling, it's captivating. It's you 3 minutes, you are there. There's a journey, there's a story. And last year it was more like James Bondish, but this year, like, this is like such a Hooverphonic song that could have been released like 10 years ago. It's like you've been a huge fan of the song, and you're like, after 10 years the song released, you're like, I didn't know that this was a Hooverphonic song. This is such a classic, earworm Hooverphonic, so Hooverphonic style. I am so pleased. This song is one of my guilty pleasures of this year, and I think they are definitely qualifying to the final.
I kind of knew that you'd enjoy it, actually. I before I went to you, I kind of knew it was right up your street. I wonder whether it's up Jeanette's street even. Jeanette, this is all about a one-night stand gone wrong. The poor guy ends up with his head on the floor, sliced off, after getting a little bit of, the other than the night previous. What kind of a story is this telling? Oh, is it telling that all Belgian women are crazy? Is that the story?
It's telling that all women are crazy, period. Well, we are, and we've all had a one-night stand that's gone wrong, haven't we? I have to agree with that. The song, the video, I like the video. It's interesting. It has a storyline, but the song is, with the risk of me getting my head chopped off today by Elina, which I love, it's nothing special, this song. I liked last year's song, Release Me, much better. But we shall see what they can do on stage, and I'll decide. I think it can be quite hard for them to qualify, but it's all about the staging.
Thank you, Jeanette. Thank you very much. And Tom, what is your thoughts on this? And also, what are the chat rooms saying?
Well, Stu, I quite like this one. I think it's got potential, and I think it's one of those songs that doesn't necessarily appeal to the bog standard market, if that makes sense. It almost reminds me of some of the Italian entries that we've seen that are a bit, I want to use the term too classy. They're not too classy at all. Essentially, what they are is they just represent different genres of music, and sometimes those do really well because they are something different and they're something that actually stands out in the contest. I have to say the chat room themselves are really divided on this. There's loads of people that are going there. Martin reckons it's better than last year, but ESC Manga says, Release Me was better. Gustav says, thank you, next. But David says that Hooverphonic is one of the improvers from 2020. Ben says the new singer is better. Haley says it's much better than last year. Ian says, I like the dark, moody feel to the song. But essentially, people seem quite divided about this. Will it qualify? I think it will. I think this is a dark horse. And as we know, you underestimate dark horses at your peril. And especially given the fact there are some question marks over some entries currently in that semi-final, I think this could be one to watch.
Thank you, Tom. And it is in the first semi-final, the second half of first semi-final. I'm going to quickly ask the panel whether they think it stands a chance of qualifying firstly. I'm going to start. I think it's qualifying all day long. I think it's a very, very good song, and I expect Belgium to have a really good Eurovision this year. Tristan, qualifying or not?
I think it might just miss out qualifying. I really hope it does, but I think if it qualifies, it'll be 10th. I'd say it won't qualify.
Thanks, Tristan. Oben?
Definitely qualifying. With the support of juries, I think it will be qualifying.
I think it'll qualify. Jeanette?
No. Next.
Marius?
Definitely qualifying, and I didn't get the chance to give my comments on this.
Sorry, I left you out. My apologies.
No, it's all right. It's all right. Don't worry. I do think that people are comparing this to last year, but that was last year. Move on. This is a good song. I think it will qualify. I think it stands a good chance of doing actually very well, very good. I mean, her voice is amazing. I listen to this song at least twice a day, so that tells me something. And it is in a difficult semi-final, and I think the staging will be quite impressive, so we have to wait and see.
Thank you. Michael?
Yeah, no, I think it's good. I think it will probably just fall over the line and qualify. I hope it does. I think it's a great song, but I don't think it's going to stand out this year.
Thank you. And I'm going to come to you now. I'm assuming you think it's going to win Eurovision. Una, you're on mute.
Oh, sorry. I win Eurovision? I don't know. But I think it'll... Oh, shut up. I think it'll qualify. Like people said, it may not qualify depending on the staging, but Scenic was in the tough semi as well. It didn't qualify because they didn't have any staging. So I have high hopes for Hooverphonic to give a good staging, so we will definitely qualify.
Thank you. And Elena?
Like, that's a stupid question. Of course we are going to qualify, but they will announce us as the... Oh, my words. God. They will announce us as the last one, like always. I don't know why they do that. Una, do you know why we're always the last one they're announcing? Like, why?
That I heard once that there is a Belgian in the team, excuse me, in the team of EBU, and every time we qualify, he says to put us last. I don't know if it's true, but
sounds like an old wives' tale. But thank you very much.
Your heart. That's
I think overall, I think we've got this qualifying. But I think we should move on to the next part of tonight's show, which is announcing the first ESC Fan TV award. It's the Oh My G. No, it's not. It's the OMG award, not the Oh My G. WTF, OMG. Basically, we've just allowed our panel to come up with a nomination. And the rules are quite simple. Our panel here will come up with their version of a nomination for this category. And then in a special award show in May, beginning of May, you get to decide who wins. Going to come to who should we go first? Let's go to Marius first. Marius, who's your nomination?
I would have to say Big Daddy Karsten. Because I was a supporter from the beginning. I mean, I had a bit of a shock when he went on stage and what he was wearing. And because we kind of became friends as well, and we still continue to talk, I kind of followed his journey, and that was a nice moment for me to see his journey there and how he wanted so much to get the chance to go to Rotterdam. But the presentation had its good moments, but it also had his shock value moments when he walked out in that pink outfit, which was hideous. So I think for me, that's the one.
Thank you very much, Marius. Jeanette, let's come to you. We're going to have to do this at relative pace, guys.
Okay, I'll try to hurry up. For me, the moment that's really made a big impact on me is seeing Conchita on stage with Rise Like a Phoenix, 2014 in Denmark. I worked with Eurovision that year, and I could follow this song from the rehearsals to the final, and I could see the impact it made on all the people in the audience listening, and I already knew it was going to win. It was one of the most precious Eurovision memories I have, and obviously I met her, so that's
Thank you, Jeanette.
good.
Thank you. Michael, who's your OMG moment?
Very quickly, well, I went back to 1983 with Rayleigh This Year and Heroes. That moment when she pulls the chain and the water comes down, there was me back as a very, very young person in 1983, actually, still at high school. That was just it. That was the moment for me this year.
And there's a comment on the chat, Michael. It says, Christmas in March from Michael is his OMG moment of the year. There you go. That's Gustav's nomination. Oben, what's yours?
My nomination title is Kano's monumental 2021 Eurovision journey. From the song release, from the lyrics video, from the staging, until the moment that they lost. That's the what the F, and the whole journey is OMG journey. So, and I think you will hear a lot of MGP nominations from me this season.
Thank you, Oben. You've just gone for the killer one, haven't you? The Keno vote this early on. Tristan, what about you?
Well, if I remember back in 2013 when I saw Winnie Pooh at the Estonian national final, I became a huge fan. I thought I'd never ever see anything like it again in a national final. As you can see, here's a very faded shirt of theirs. We both saw them. My partner and I saw them in Camden 2 years ago. Spoke to them. They said, "Oh, we'll never do Eurovision again because we're." Anyway, when this year's Estilal and we had Redel Tartu with two members of Winnie Pooh. It was just, for me, that was wow. There's something exciting at last is happening Estilal, because it's been quite boring in recent years, and they didn't let us down. So just like, and the WTF moment was just that staging with them running around and flying in the air like before, and the guy. It was just crazy. I wasn't expecting it to win. I wasn't even disappointed that it didn't win because I knew it wouldn't win. I knew that the jury would give it probably 0 points, but it was just fantastic, and it was by far the best national final moment of the season, the most WTF moment of the season.
Thank you, Tristan. Una, what's yours?
My OMG moment was watching the voting in 2003, where Belgium did not win, and Turkey overtook us with 2 points. I was like, OMG, WTF, why?
Thank you, Una. Alina, what's yours?
2010, Sweden, aka Eric Sade, giving Belgium 3 points. I swear that day that I would never go to Sweden again because we had such a good song, but because Eric Sade was a good-looking man, I don't know, man, boy, maybe. I said, Sweden, I forgive you, and all of this Eurovision craziness began.
Thank you, Alina. Tom, what's yours?
Well, mine, Stu, is more of a collective thing, really. It's this year's Russian national final, which I think was probably drawn up on the back of a postage stamp at some point, between sort of like Saturday and the Monday it was broadcast. Oh my goodness, what on earth were they thinking? Little Big clearly not representing Russia. I'm going to assume at the last minute, because what on earth was that? There we go. And that stands for all the entries in the Russian national final. What on earth was that?
Thank you, Tom. And mine, quite simply, is a Eurovision performer that never was. How can we go through a Eurovision national final this evening without a absolute tantrum from Miss Ali Ryan? That's right, she's done it again. Good luck, NDR, with your entry for ESC 2021. I ain't bitter here in LA, where I have people that believe in me and work with bigger artists than you have ever created in your entire history. But there you go. Thanks, Ali Ryan, for giving us, for me at least, the OMG moment of 2021. Thank you very much.
Don't be bitter, just get better.
Exactly.
Who is that person? I don't know. Explain.
You have to go back to Eurovision German national final a couple of years ago. We'll do it offline. I'll show you the song. It's great. She was actually really good. It was a bit unfair, but anyway, that's done now. It keeps coming back every year. Anyway, next song of tonight is Moldova. Natalia Gordienko with Sugar. Who remembers Natalia from 2006? I was actually there. There you go. Moldova. They made a debut. Yeah, but she's back this year. In fact, she was supposed to be back last year. She's back this year with Sugar. It's from the dream team that includes, of course, Philip Kirkorov. She's a TV host and a DJ. It's Something is the song. It's pretty crazy. Let's see what our panel think of it. I mean, it's very unmistakably Philip Kirkorov for one. Let's go to Oben first. Oben, what do you think of Sugar?
I cannot be any more lost the words. Disappointed? Let's put it that way. Disappointed. Yeah. I'll go. I don't want to make any more haters. I've gained this season enough. I mean, last year, so age appropriate. I'm not age shaming or anything, but it felt organic. That music and her image and her presence and her charisma. It was a cultural orgasm with me. But this year, it was so outdated Katy Perry. It was so outdated 2006. It was so off. The styling, the lyrics. What were they thinking?
Thank you, Oben. I think you've just given me the OMG moment of the show. Right, let's come back.
Can I just say, Steve, that was like total OMG. How can he say that? She had rainbow cake in her mouth. I mean,
that was somebody's jaw.
I fart rainbow cake. There's nothing special about that.
That's quote moment of the series. That was. I like that. I'm going to write that down.
Let's go to Marius for Marius's view. Marius, what do you make of Sugar?
Well, I don't care if she's biting somebody's chin off or if it's a cake. I'm sorry. The first time I heard the song, I thought that was 3 minutes wasted. This is bad. I mean, it's like you're eating the same food over and over again. Plastic, cheesy, cheap. Philip Kirkorov, I mean, come on. I mean, no. I don't drink alcohol, but I might have a drink after speaking about this. This should not qualify. But I think they have a lot of neighbors who love them, so it will definitely qualify, I'm sure.
Is anyone surprised to learn that I like it? Let's move to Michael.
Love it. Fantastic. This is Moldova to a T, okay? This is just This is a little bit crazy, a little bit, yes, it's a bit retro, but hey, we've just been talking about Hooverphonic, and we are back another 10 years back from that, okay? So it takes a genre, it plays for it, and I am everything for it. I think this will qualify without a problem. This is one of my favourite songs this year, and I can't wait to find a Eurovision dance floor to dance away to this.
Thank you, Michael. I think that's the thing. People forget that she's a really good dancer, and she can sing live. She proved that in 2006. Whether you like the song or not, she will sing and dance the heck out of this. Tristan, come to you.
Oh, love it! No, I absolutely love it. I mean, it's so Kylie as well. It's great. I mean, I'm really surprised with some of the reaction here, because I just thought, well, some of the negative reaction. I just thought everyone would love it. I'm worried because it's in that first half of the semi-final with San Marino and Serbia, two other bangers. It hasn't got Romania to vote for it in that semi-final, so it's going to be a problem. And for it to get through, I think 6 are going to have to get through in the first half of the semi-final, which is going to be quite unusual. But it certainly deserves to get there, and I think it's one of those songs that if it does get through the final, it will do really well in the final, much better than in the semi-final. But it's just fantastic. The only worry I have is that if they're gonna, because San Marino and Moldova are both quite similar and will have a similar audience. I think the EBU are going to want to give San Marino a really decent place, maybe singing in 8th or 9th place, which means that they might decide to open the show with Moldova. That might be a problem. Because they want to keep Moldova and San Marino quite far apart, otherwise there'll be two banging songs together. But absolutely love it, and people who don't like it haven't got a heart.
Well, we've got other guests yet, Tristan. They might not agree. Let's go to Alina. Alina, she's a video something. She's ripping a guy's jaw off. I mean, that is one hungry MILF. What do you make of this song?
I need more sugar in my system to like this song. That's all I have to say. I'm sorry.
Are you eating sugar? Is that a strawberry? Yeah, there you go. She's eating sugar. Jeanette, what? I think I know you well enough to know now. This is not going to be a song that you'll be listening to time and time again. What?
Really?
Tell me I'm wrong.
Well, I am a sugar addict, I have to say, but this is a fun video. I have to agree with it, and I think it's going to be a fun staging, a fun night, a fun 3 minutes, but it's kind of crap anyway. But she looks damn good, I have to say that. It's been 15, 20 years since she was on last time, and she looks just as good now. She looks awesome. Maybe I'm just jealous. I don't know, but it's a shit song, so next.
But it's going to go big, I'm pretty sure. I mean, think Moldova 2017. I think Doridos a few years back. So Moldova don't do badly at Eurovision. They finished 3rd in 2017. Let's not forget that. They can go high. Let's go to Una.
They can go low too.
Oh my god, yeah, I love this song. I don't know why everyone hates it. It's just fun. It's like Michael said, typical Moldovan style. I love the video clip, and I really hope they're gonna bring the video clip to the stage. I just love the song. Sugar, everyone.
Thank you, Una. And you know what? You can't have Eurovision without having this guy, can you? He pops up every year one way or another. Did anyone see his music video from earlier this year? He actually rapped in it with dreadlocks. He looks fantastic. Go on YouTube him. He's about somewhere. Finally, Tom, what how's the cocktail, my friend?
The cocktail's great, Stu. By the way, this is Stu's recommendation this evening. It's only got 100 ml of vodka in it, so I think we can safely say that it's got enough in.
Tom, he's absolutely smashed everybody. Can I just say, I've known this guy long enough to know he'd be on the floor by the end of this show. Just keep watching on Tom, yeah?
Bring it on, Tom.
I'm in the chat room. It's fine. I've only got this much left still. I may need to get a top up. But it's divided opinion in the chat room. Matt says that he's with Stuart, Michael, Tristan. Sugar is a banger. Gustav says too many bangers this year. I'm so bored by it. Ian says he would happily never hear this song again. Whereas Ben says Moldova, best song for a long time. And Haley reckons it's just really good fun. What do I think? Do you know what? The thing is, I can imagine being on the dance floor, dancing away to this and having a really good time. And I think it's got a lot going for it. I think where it's going to fall down is where you have similar songs of that ilk. Does it stand out enough amongst the songs that have that same vibe? And I'm not sure. I'm not sure it does. And I think that's where it's going to be, hinging on the staging. Obviously, if they bought some rainbow cakes, I'd be there. But as Oban said, he farts rainbow cake. So if I were you, I'd stand the opposite side of the stage to Oban. So, hey, back to you.
Just to remind everybody, this is actually the 14th to win in the betting. It's higher than both Belgium and the United Kingdom, but that's no real surprise. We're going to move on to another banger. This time, this is probably going to be up Oban Street, and this might fall into the category we've got for the ESC Fan TV Awards a bit later on. It's Azerbaijan. Efendi's back. It's her return to Eurovision. Of course, she wasn't able to perform last year. This song is Matahari. Now, you might be thinking, do you mean a rehash of the 1976 classic? No, I definitely don't. Matahari is, without question, an ethnic-inspired banger that the late Sir Terry Wogan would have said this has just the whiff of the souk about it. Born in Baku in Azerbaijan, Efendi is quite a popular singer. She was supposed to sing Cleopatra last year. This will be in the second half of first semi-final. And, ladies and gentlemen, Azerbaijan are the 17th favourites to win Eurovision this year. Matahari. Let's start with Jeanette. Jeanette, what do you make of this?
I kind of like it, but I don't like it as much as I did last year with Cleopatra. I thought that was a stronger song, but I think this could do well. She's obviously great looking. I think they will have a great act. They always seem to do well, Azerbaijan. Yeah. Go on.
Thanks, Jeanette. Marius, in the words of the great Petra Merde, drums, there has to be drums, and this has certainly got plenty of them. What do you make of this one?
This is a really strong banger, and we have so many bangers this year. And again, it's in the semi-final, the first semi-final. There's a few bangers in there, but it will stand out. And I think Azerbaijan will get their best place in that compared to what they've been doing in the last few years. But she will do an amazing staging, I think. And, you know, the chorus just, it just gets you, because I also lived in Turkey and I'm very affected by that Oriental kind of sound. And I loved it the first time. I think it will do really well. And I see this, if all goes well, it could end up in the top 7.
Thank you, Marius. Azerbaijan tend to do pretty well, you know. There's only one year I can think of where they had a real stinker, and that was in Lisbon, wasn't it, with the White Rocks, which just didn't work.
And 2014.
Yeah, well, yeah, and 2014. Let's go to Oban, because this is he was dancing to this off camera before the show started. Oban, what do you make of this?
I mean, before anything, I mean, all those critics out there about the bangers, like, I mean, I cannot think of any better time that we wouldn't have this much banger. This is the year that we need. 2021 Eurovision just came on time after a long year of lockdown. We just need to bang everything out. And this is just amazing. I'm gonna say it's like, I think I just have slight criticism. I think they paid last year's stage performance choreography way too much. They just like couldn't afford any new choreographer for this year. So basically they just made the exact same song with the exact same like loud ending and everything. So they're gonna use exact same staging this year. So they save the money there. But besides that, amazing, great.
Thank you, Urban. Elena, this is a song which needs great staging, doesn't it? What can you kind of see happening in Rotterdam?
I honestly have no clue. I could see a lot of gold. That's all I can imagine. And maybe half naked men. Who knows?
There will definitely be half naked men even on stage. Without question, that's going to happen. I can kind of visualize some kind of chariot being carried in with their dancing on top of it. I've got to go to Michael next. Michael, staging is going to be so important in Eurovision because when you get so many bangers, what you can't afford to have is a singer stood there with dancers dancing around because it just doesn't work. The only concern I have is in the video, she doesn't move much. Is there a concern that this might be that case, or can you see them coming up with some really epic performance that will just work on the stage?
So I've got a few things to say about this particular song. So staging, yeah, sure, let's go for it. And the actual music in this song is amazing. I love the ethnic lyrics to it. But the words to this song, and we're all about female empowerment, but this is not female empowerment. This is a song which I have great concerns about from the way in which the lyrics are. And we're talking about a character who I don't think is really ready yet for this sort of song. I am disappointed by this song. I am disappointed by Azerbaijan. Although it may be a banger from a music viewpoint, lyrically, this song, it really curves on me. And I can't see why no one else is really thinking this is the political undertones of this tone are not joining Europe together, and not a song about female empowerment. And it needs to be looked at as well. So this is at the bottom of my list of songs this year. It's my
Thank you, Michael. Yeah, no, thank you, Michael. Appreciate the passion there. Tristan, what have you got to add? You're on mute.
Sorry, absolutely love it. I think it's. I mean, sort of people might say, "Oh no, I wish the song this year was like last year's song." Other people say, "Oh, I wish that they hadn't changed it. This is nothing like last year's song." This is like last year's song, and I love it for it. I mean, they've even name checked Cleopatra in it. I love it. I love the ethnic stuff. You get two ethnic instrumental bits in it, which is special because often you normally get one. And there's just so much in those 3 minutes. It's just such a fantastic song, and I love it. I mean, I can't really say anything bad about it at all.
Thank you, Tristan.
Yeah.
And coming to Yuna, does this have any danger of not qualifying for Azerbaijan this year, do you think?
Like Matahari, la 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 la. Oh wait. Yes, this will definitely qualify. It is such a great song. I really love the ethnic parts in it. I also love the little nudge to Cleopatra. And yes, they will qualify. It's Azerbaijan. They will have a great staging. They only did not qualify one time, but let's not talk about that. They will qualify Azerbaijan to the final.
Thank you, Univision. And finally, Tom. Tom, what is your thoughts on this? Can you see it qualifying? Could you see it as a potential winner of Eurovision 2021?
It's not going to win. I mean, let's face it. This is not going to win. Is it going to give everyone a good time on the dance floor? Yes. Let's face it. I'm envisaging like late summer evenings, parties, disco lights on the dance floor. Brilliant. I think this song is really unfairly criticised, actually, for the fact that it name-checks Cleopatra, because on one hand, people are like, oh, she's name-checking Cleopatra. Oh, it clearly sounds just like Cleopatra last year. But in actual fact, in some ways, I'd like to view that as actually an affectionate nod to a song she wanted to sing in Eurovision last year that she didn't get the chance to sing. And I think you have to actually take it like that, because I think that is how it was meant. Great song. Is it going to qualify to the final? Yes. Is it going to have good staging? Yes. Is it going to win? No. Are we going to have a good time on the dance floor dancing to it? Absolutely. This is going to be brilliant. And I think, this is where the potential lies. And I think I agree with Neil. Azerbaijan will have the best staging money can buy. But let's be honest, money cannot necessarily buy the contest. And I don't think in terms of this song, it can.
But it's got the Kele Armenia type vibes. It should never obviously never combine Armenia and Azerbaijan, but that song sounds very similar to me, and I love it, and I can see people really getting on board with this, and I can see it going a very similar way. Do not write out Azerbaijan, guys. Pretty decent bet at the moment. Not that I ever bet on anything Eurovision related, that is.
Just £10
always.
Yeah.
We're going to move on now to the second and final ESC Fan TV Award category nominations for tonight. It is the Oben Kaya Award for Best Cultural Orgasm 2021. That's right. So just to be clear, we're looking for songs of this year that get you all funny inside, get you all warm and, up for it. We're going to start with Oben. It's your award.
Is that what orgasm does to you, Stuart? Ooh, you're disgusting. Okay, so my nomination, and I did warn you, MGP was the way by a mile the best national final this year we have seen. So my second award nomination is also coming from MGP. And let me check his name one more time. And my nominee is Ole Hart via Norge. It's such cultural beat and costumes and dancing and everything. So yes, it gave me orgasm, like the most climactic moment that one can give us while introducing their culture.
Thank you, Oben. We're going to go to Yuna. Yuna, who's your nomination for Best Cultural Orgasm?
Well, mine is not a banger, but from the first time that I watched the Slovenian entry, Amen, whatever, I just got goosebumps inside. Well, not inside, but goosebumps. And this song is really good. And it's really low in the odds, but watch out for Slovenia.
Thank you, Yuna. Tristan, who's your pick?
Well, my pick was it was watching that amazing live concert by Victoria. I mean, all Victoria's songs for Bulgaria this year are amazing. It was like Roxton for Romania last year. It was really hard to choose a winner. My least favourite actually was The Imaginary Friend, which was the favourite of almost everyone else. So I was just watching it thinking, I don't mind who wins, but hopefully not Imaginary Friend. But each one was better and better and better. And then at the end, they revealed that it was Growing Up is Getting Old, which was my second favourite of her songs. But that video, which we saw for the first time, is so beautiful. And I was listening to it in earphones, and it actually moved me to tears just watching it. It was just so moving. So for me, that was just a beautiful moment. I'm dreading listening to the new Eurovision cut, which I'll listen to later on tonight. Hopefully they haven't spoilt it, but that was just a fantastic moment to sort of like end a beautiful concert with a fantastic video and such a moving video as well.
Thank you, Tristan. Looks like Marius, we've lost Marius somehow. Maybe the word orgasm was just too much for him, and maybe he shot his bolt, whatever. Jeanette.
Yes, finally. And you all know what I'm going to say. Elena, you know it.
Does it start with the letter E by chance?
Oh, baby, come on. Oh, where can I start? It's obviously from Melodifestivalen. The man, the myth, the legend, the one with the ugly, sweater on. Yes, it's Eric Sade. Come on, is there anyone who can give you a cultural orgasm like him? No, 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 there isn't. Just look at him. Look at YouTube. Whatever you want. Just take off his clothes. Have 3 minutes with him. Be happy. Enjoy. Eline, come on. You know what I'm talking about. We both know it. We've all done it. Mwah! Eric Sade.
Only 3 minutes?
We
I
can
feel
do it
like
many
this-
times.
I feel like this category has
I
been
hope he
taken just a
lasts
little bit too
longer
literal.
than that.
Oh, God,
Let's
moving
do
on
it again and
rather,
again and again. Oh,
rather
God.
quickly. Michael,
Actually,
coming
I'm
to you.
not speaking.
So, my cultural orgasm girl, which is certainly different to an Eric Sade orgasm, let me just tell you, was this year is, you can see I'm orgasming now in my lovely shirt, there you go, is Goa's Shum. Now that to me is culturally fantastic. To me, the moment I heard that, that was a song which has taken a folk song, put a driving, banging sort of deep bass to that and turned it into something which is just amazing. So I heard that, it was my goosebump moment, and culturally as a cultural orgasm, well done. I wasn't that much into them last year, but this year I think that is just Eric Sade-like for you girls, really.
Thank you
We
very
get
much,
it.
Rain is
Michael.
my number one.
We've got Marius back with us. Marius, who's your nomination for cultural orgasm?
I would have to say the same as Oben. Via Norge was one of those things that were really interesting. So I agree with you on that one, mate. We finally agree on something.
Is it a Cypriot thing, is it?
I don't
Well,
know.
you can have the same nomination. That's absolutely fine. I'm going to come to Alina. Alina, who's your pick?
First of all, I have to say sorry to my boyfriend. I know he's watching this or will be watching this. Like, honey, I'm sorry. I still love you. But goddamn, Eric Sade, woohoo! Like, what was that? Like, the face, the music, the face when it goes na na na. Oh, I mean, my heart can't handle all of that. Like, oh boy, it's getting hot in here. Oh,
I know, Elena. I want to rip off my clothes now. I have
Tom,
nothing under.
I feel like we should have done this award at the end of the show. Tom, who's your pick?
Well, let's face it, Stu, there was only one cultural orgasm, and I feel the need to basically reshare the hashtag. Of course, it was Out to Die from MGP. Come on. This had culture and orgasms all rolled into one. We had folk music and we had nice people to look at the same time. And let's face it, you know, everybody loves a daddy, and there were multiple numbers of them on stage at the same time. Yeah. Fantastic song. Loved it. Amazing. It's my nomination. I think, quite frankly, this one deserves to win. Apparently, look at me. I sleep. I'm like a sleeping giant. I wake up with enthusiasm every now and then just to take another sip of alcohol. There we go. That's how it
It's
happens.
like you won't let it go. I must finish the glass. Finish the glass.
Top the glass up.
Top it up.
The glass up.
So I'm going to go. I've got my nomination. I'm going to go for the song I've been championing all across Portugal this year, Black Mamba. I just thought that song was absolutely outstanding. So happy it's gone to Eurovision. I think it's going to surprise a lot of people. And that is my nomination. Thank you very much, panel. That was wonderful. We're going to finish tonight's show off with, I agree with Tom. Oh, don't encourage him. We're gonna finish-
Come on. People, just once in a lifetime, you know, people have to agree with me. And tonight's the night.
I just think Anita's being incredibly kind. Right. Malta, current joint favourites to win Eurovision this year is Malta. Mind you, we've been saying that since God was a boy, haven't we? Malta's going to win Eurovision. Destiny's back. She's she's won everything, hasn't she? Let's be honest. She's won Junior Eurovision. She's won the X Factor Malta. She's won. Well, nearly won the UK X Factor as well. She's back with the song Je me casse, or Go Away, up-tempo bop, instant feel-good factor, and just a small smidgen of the 1920s Charleston in there as well. To Michael's point, if you talk about female empowerment, this is the song for you. The lyrics, ladies, if you feel like flaunting tonight, it's all right. Going to start with Michael. Michael, Malta have been trying to win Eurovision forever. And everyone seems to think this could be their year. What do you think of this? And does it stand... First of all, let's talk about qualification and potential Eurovision stardom, given they are a joint favourite to win the whole darn thing.
So will this song qualify? Absolutely. Do I think this song is great? I think it's fantastic. Oh my goodness, this is when it talks about giving, and sorry for talking for my female colleagues, but to me this is just, this to me is female empowerment. This song is saying, boys, bugger off. If I want to take my clothes off, I can. If I want to be naked, leave me alone. I'm going. This is a strong female song. Can this win? Well, guess who's been looking up accommodation in Malta for 2022? Because I'm thinking a nice, warm little vacation with all of us there will be awesome. It's one of my hard picks of the year. The song is probably a little bit too, if I'm going to be negative about it, there's too many little bits which come together, and each individual bit of the song, which I can break down to 3, is great. Together, maybe a bit too much, but hey, it is the 20s after again, so it is the 2020s, so why not have homage to something from 100 years ago? Well done, Destiny. Let's see how we go.
Yeah, I think she's going to have a good Eurovision as Destiny. Tristan, All My Love actually made it into the top Eurovision 250 for New Year's. So it made it, I think it was number 149th in the end. So people loved All of My Love. How does this compare for you with this year's entry, Je me casse?
This for me is one of the occasions where, like with Moldova, the song is this song is better than last year's. I love this year's song. I love electro swing when it's done well. UK had a go at it and did it really badly. But this is electro swing, which is done well. It's current. I love the money honey thing, although obviously transmissions haven't really used that particular rhyme. But I love it. I mean, it's definitely going to qualify. It's going to do really well. I don't know if it's going to do as well as the bookies are saying, but I'd say it's got to be top 10.
Thank you, Tristan.
I think it'll also be a show. I think they'll open the whole Eurovision with it as well.
Could do, absolutely.
If it draws first half, obviously.
I love the fact Destiny's so young as well, and she's so confident, and she absolutely wanted to do Eurovision for such a long time. Let's go to Univision. Jurna. Obviously, you want Belgium to win Eurovision, but how can you see a scenario where Malta might finally get over the line and win?
Oh, I would love it, especially with this song. Yes, girl, slay, work, everything. This is such a great song about all the women, about don't give a, about what other people think, just do your own thing. Women empowerment, like, yes, slay, work, win. Malta, I wouldn't mind.
Thank you, Jurna. And if you think back to last year, Daddy really caught everyone's imagination with his dancing choreography, which found its way onto TikTok. Everyone picked it up, and it became the lockdown choreography on TikTok for like forever. There's a thing going on with the kind of hands in the video, which I just feel like could catch fire in Rotterdam, and I'm just keen on people's thoughts on that. Let's go to Alina. Alina, can you kind of see that becoming a TikTok-y thing, given that you're a TikToker?
TikToker. I didn't see the video, so I actually don't know what you're talking about, but I have to see it and I will give you my opinion. But yeah, probably it will go viral and everybody will do it. Like, remember Italy with the clapping on the Soldi. So yeah.
And what do you think about the actual song itself? Can you see this as, I mean, you said Belgium are going to win Eurovision, but if Belgium weren't to win Eurovision, is this a potential winner for you?
No. Like, I love the message of the song so much, and a lot of people will hate me now, but I just don't like the song. This song is for me, thank you, next, I'm going to the bathroom. Sorry.
Well, thank you very much, Alina. Let's go to, look at Yerna over there. Let's go to Marius. Marius, there's something quite magical about an artist winning Junior Eurovision and then going on to potentially win Adult Eurovision, if you can call it that. Malta want to win Eurovision. They've tried for years, failed miserably on multiple occasions, only came close once or twice. How do you see this going down in Rotterdam?
Well, Malta and Cyprus are probably the two countries that want to win so much Eurovision. They've been participating for donkey's years. And, you know, Cyprus came second, best place in. Malta came second a couple of times. Do I think this is a winner? No. But do I think Destiny has charisma, the voice, the whole package? Yes. The other thing that I'm thinking is that about this women empowerment thing. We've seen this with Toy, but in a completely different way, a different sound. I'm not too sure how it will reflect on each age group. I think the kids will love this, the youth will love this, young people will love this. The juries are going to pick up on this quite well, I think. But it's an instant earworm, so that might be in its favour on the night. But do I think it could win? Yes, it could. Do I see it winning personally? No, because I still believe that Switzerland is going to win this year's Eurovision Song Contest.
Thank you, Marius. Well, Switzerland is the other joint favourite, so it could very well. Oban, how can you see this being staged? Can you see Destiny kind of in the centre with multiple dancers around? How do you see this happening?
I see. What's this Australian who did the Sea of Flags? What's her name?
Jessica Malboy.
Jessica Malboy. So that like dancing like no one else is watching kind of moment. I can see her, but done properly.
Wait a second. Jessica Malboy did that in 2018 as well.
Yeah, that's about poorly. But Malta is the best comeback. Is the best returning artist from 2020 by mile. Some of the artists went exactly the same. Azerbaijan, Switzerland, Iceland. Some artists did change it up, like Austria, Moldova, like Malta. But Malta is the only country who've done the comeback properly, fairly, better. Even though Destiny was my 12 point last year, is my 10 point this year, it's only because Cyprus is better this year, or the best, let's say. But Malta, kudos to you, Malta. These small nations are proving that how to do this SHIT. That's what I'm saying.
Thank you, Oban. Thank you. Look like you're losing a bit of connection there, but we thankfully got all the audio. I think Jeanette's the final panelist, with the exception of Tom. Jeanette, in a year where no one's been to Eurovision, as much as I want Malta to do well, and we want to see Malta winning Eurovision, is this the year that Malta could and should win Eurovision? And if they were to win, how the heck are they going to host thousands of Eurovision crazed fans running all the way to Valletta for Eurovision in 2022? What's going to happen?
Well, first of all, I have to say that you have something called adult Eurovision. What is that really? Should we get into that? Well, just let us say Eurovision here, because I know what I was thinking. But this song and Malta, yes, they've done everything right this year. Yes, Malta is a lovely small island, not much internet, so it will be tough. But if we join together, we can make this an awesome Eurovision in Malta. It's fabulous. It's women empowerment. Everything is good about it. But I have another question. Does she say flaunting or farting when she say, if you feel like farting tonight, it's all right? Or does she say flaunting tonight?
I think
Who
they
knows?
both work. I think they both work.
We can do it all.
Yeah, exactly.
Farting
Empowerment for all.
rainbows. Farting rainbows.
Yeah, exactly. I think
Let's
it
go
both
to
works.
Malta. Yeah.
And Tom's giggling away because that can only mean one of two things: either he is agreeing with you, or he's having a quiet fart. Which is it, Tom?
It's not a quiet fart, Stuart. I love this song. This has got real potential. Let's face it, it's a justified favourite. She's got justified pedigree. You know, this has really good vibes to it. I think this has a great beat. I think this has the potential to do really well. Will it win? It's got potential to do well. Does it have the X factor? There are lots of songs out there potentially that could win this contest. Obviously, you could say this is one of 39 of them. Alas, I think the list is less than 39, and some people may disagree with me, but some are more bigger favourites than others, shall we say. But this has the potential to get the crown. It's going to hinge on a few things, isn't it? It's going to hinge on that connection with the audience. It's going to hinge on how she presents herself, and hinge on the amount of people that come out and vote for her as well. The one thing I think that perhaps hasn't been mentioned so much this evening is that obviously we are going through, as we've been told for a year now, unprecedented times. But this could mean that more people are in front of their television sets come May the 22nd. And essentially what I'm saying is, does this mean that some songs are going to have to work harder to get people's votes? And in the case of Destiny, if she gets that connection right, she should do quite well and people will vote for her quite well. If that connection is lost on stage, then it won't do. I think she's probably going to err on the side of actually catching people's votes, in which case it boils down to the juries. Will the juries like it? And my answer to that is yes. Is it going to win? No. Is it going to go close? Absolutely.
So thank you, Tom. Thank you for that.
Can I just add?
Yeah.
Destiny has charisma, uniqueness, nerve, and talent. And yes,
Drag Race, yes.
Sassy.
Shantae,
Right.
she stays.
Thank you to my panel. That's your 4 songs. I hope you enjoyed the first of these. We're going to do this now for the next 5 or 6 weeks. So if you want to stick with us and have some more fun, then join the chat room and give your opinions on who will win Eurovision 2021. In fact, Belgium, says Alina. Open be my... whatever. Anyway, join us on Sunday at 9 p.m. Central European Time as we talk about the next 4 songs, which they are Australia, Michael. We talk about Ukraine. We talk about Estonia, Uke Saviste, and the surprise package that is San Marino. And God forbid San Marino wins Eurovision and we're off to somewhere that's not San Marino. Join us on Sunday evening at 9 p.m. Central European Time. I'd like to say a big thank you to my panel. Huge thank you to Marius, all the way from Cyprus. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, guys. Be good. Have a lovely weekend.
Big thank you to Oban, also from the sunny Isle of Cyprus.
Love you all. Love you all. Love you all.
And we say good morning to Michael, and thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me. Get vaccinated, everyone. Come on, let's get together for 2022.
Definitely. All the way from Sweden, it's Jeanette.
Thank you, everyone. What a lovely evening, as usual.
From the UK, it's Tristan.
Thank you. See you next time.
And from Belgium, we have Jörna.
Thank you, my lovelies. Thank you.
Also from Belgium, we have Alina.
Thank you for having me, and see you on the next show. And to my boyfriend, I'm so sorry, I love you.
Do we think Alina's got to do some making up after this show? I could reference an ESC Fan TV award, but that's for another time. And finally, Tom. Thanks for being in the chat room.
It's been great fun, Steve. Chat room's been awash with chat all night. There's some great bants on there, seriously. And hopefully you've been able to follow that because it's all been up on the screen as well.
We are going to get out of here, but we will see you Sunday night. Make sure you join us. Make sure you give us a like or a dislike if you hated us, and leave us a comment. Very important. Until then, have a wonderful weekend. Enjoy whatever you're doing. Stay safe, and we will see you Sunday night. It's bye-bye from us. Bye-bye.
Yeah, bye. Bye.